the 22nd. I guess the Lord had me in the right place, the right time, with the right commitment. I was president of the Selma City Teachers Association. And then we had agreed that, and I persuaded teachers for the first time to engage in a teachers' march. And so we agreed, after they signed their names to a petition, that we were going to march as a teacher group. And so on January 22nd, we met at Clark Elementary School here, which was the school where I attended the first grade through the sixth grade. We met upstairs, and we marched double file. My partner was my 10th, 11th, and 12th grade science teacher. His name was Mr. A.J. Durgan. He was the incoming president of the Selma City Teachers Association. And we led that march, teachers, for the first time in the United States, coming down the steps of Clark Elementary School, down Lawn Street, down to Alabama Avenue, down to the courthouse. Teachers, for the first time. Getting down to the county courthouse, that was standing next to the steps, the superintendent of education, the chairman of the board of education, to persuade me, because I was a teacher, to take the teachers back to the school, because we had made a point, and that no longer should we try to pursue that right from that particular point. And I told them we had a right to be at the county courthouse. It was our courthouse. We were not backing down from our right to be there. And I asked the superintendent and the chairman of the board, who signed my check, to step aside. We went up those steps. Jim Clark had his deputies across the door, and he indicated that we were trying to make a mockery out of his courthouse. And we indicated to him that that was our courthouse also. He gave us 1 minute to move off of those steps. At the expiration of that minute, he took the billy club and jabbed us down the steps on the sidewalk. And my partner, Mr. A.J. Durgan, who, as I said, was my teacher, he was not quite used to that stuff like I was. And he asked me on the ground, he said, "What shall we do?" I said, "We are going back." He said, Yeah. And so we went back the second time. We jabbed down the steps after a minute, and he asked me the same question. I gave him the same answer, and he gave me the same response. The third time we went, I really was trying to get all the teachers arrested because teachers were not aware of the tremendous influence. They were the largest black professional group here in Dallas County. And so after going back the third time, he said, "If you don't go up these steps," Jim Clark said, "we're going to arrest you." I said to myself, exactly what I want you to do. And so at about 45 seconds before that minute expired, someone on the inside of the courthouse came and pulled him on the inside of the courthouse door and said, I didn't go in there with him, but I can imagine what they told him. "For goodness sake, don't arrest those teachers."
That's right. That was Reverend Dr. F.D. Reese explaining the scene of the Teachers March, January 22nd, 1965. Welcome everybody to the Lineage Podcast. We have a great show today. We appreciate everybody that's been supporting us from the beginning all the way up until now. We have a lot of things going on this year. I'm excited about all the news that we have going on. We've announced a couple of them. Just to briefly announce, we got Mr. Voting Rights coming. He is getting stitched up and created. The mascot.
Coming to school near you.
Yeah,
that's
coming
right.
to the school near you. Mr. Voting Rights mascot is getting up. We also have a celebration that we were going to announce. It's a 50th show celebration that we're going to announce coming up. We're going to have we all can get together. Everyone that's been on the show, everyone, the loyal listeners and everybody, we're going to meet up. We'll give y'all more information about that. It's coming, I think, the second or third week in February. We'll keep y'all posted. We also have fundraisers coming up. Mr. Voting Rights Project is still in fruition. Every Tuesday is the Zoom call. We thank everybody that was on the Zoom call Tuesday and everyone that will be on the Zoom call this Tuesday coming. If you don't have Selma Self-Sacrifice, you know what to do. Please get it. It is on Amazon right now in digital form and hard copy form. If you haven't booked a tour, FD Reese Historical Tours, we do have that going on. We have a tour actually next month that we're excited about. Please do that. We also are getting ready for the documentary. We got a lot of things going on. If you can't see, we have a lot of things going on. But we're excited because hey, it's a blessing to be a part of this great legacy. Now we have a great show coming up. We've had an interesting week.
Boy, has it been an interesting week.
Yeah, it's been an interesting week, man. It's been an interesting week. But y'all know how we do it. Before we get into the show, we first nurse Kimberly Reese coming every week to bring us our health segment.
Mhm.
She keeps us on our toes about our health. You know, in our community, sometimes, man, we don't get it right, and we put the health on the back seat until it's too late. So y'all already know what time it is. So don't go nowhere. We're gonna be back in 30 seconds. You know, when I say 30 seconds, that's what I mean. We'll be back in 30 seconds with first nurse Kimberly Reese. What's going on, Ken?
What's up, MJ? How you doing?
What's happening? Doing good, doing good. I know you got some good things and good information for us this week, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out the way. This is First Nurse Kimberly Reese here with our health segment.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Happy New Year's. It's 2023, so I have some new information for you guys. So I'm just going to say Happy New Year's to you. That's how I'm going to start by. I'm here to bring your weekly health information. So I know you guys have had your collard greens, your black eyed peas, trying to bring in the new year to start off right. Legend has it that this myth has been around since the 1700s by slaves. It started by slaves and poor white people. They would eat black eyed peas and collard greens to bring in the new year in hopes of good luck and prosperity. The collard greens and black eyed peas are said to represent a prosperous new year, symbolizing cash with the collard greens, and the peas represents coins and luck. So as you see there, that's the plate that is a southern traditional dish that a lot of people bring in for the New Year's. So speaking of myths, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about medical myths and traditions. So I thought this would be fitting to talk about that right now in this New Year's. We're going to talk about medical myths and the science that lies behind the medical myths. So first myth I'm going to talk about is the concept of does walking barefoot without socks on a cold floor causes a cold? From the research and theory of this myth, I've found different outcomes and conclusions concerning this matter. Many resources states that a cold begins as a virus that's attached in the lining of the nose or throat. So that's normally how it starts. That's in Western medicine. It's known that viruses start in your nose and your throat. So in conclusion, with that, a lot of research that I found is saying that it does not causes walking barefoot does not cause colds or viruses. But on the other hand, as you see here, this photo, it talks about the Chinese tradition, um, Chinese medicine. It said that the kidney meridian point is underneath the foot. And at this point, warmth is needed. And because of this, if it gets cold by walking on cold floors, it said that cold can enter your body and change the temperature of your body. And therefore, according to Chinese myth, you can't actually get a cold walking barefooted. An article also produced by Madeline Davises from Online spoke that research conducted by Dr. Ron Eccles explained that many people carry bugs which cause cold and flu in the nose already without causing symptoms that make them ill. He explained that if the temperature of the feet drops, It can cause a change in the whole body, which leads to the nose becoming cold, and this can increase the likelihood of a full-blown cold to develop. So there is some type of research that shows that this can happen. I have a next photo here, and it talks about the article. It says chilly feet can increase the risk of catching colds and flu, according to this article. So it's different aspects of it, different point of views of it. So there you go, as far as the myth of walking around barefooted. So the next myth that I have, the next theory myth is about um, is walking on the first snow of the season, can it prevent you from catching a cold walking barefooted? That's another myth that I've heard. So it's another article I found. It discussed the benefits of walking in the snow. The three benefits: it reduces inflammation, it improves immunity, and it intensifies ecstasy. As you see here with the improved immunity, it says by embracing the cold through walking barefoot in the snow, the body strengthens its tolerance to extreme cold weather that may typically induce sickness. If you're just starting out, make sure you start by slowly and wearing socks if you find the cold intolerable. So as you see, it's different point of views of these myths. The next myth that I have is it true that eating an apple a day keeps the doctor away? Is this myth actually true? So does an apple a day really does keep a doctor away? I would say yes, this myth is true. Um, because as from research, it shows that the apple has many benefits. As you see here, it's the amazing benefits of eating an apple. Diabetes, it prevents diabetes. It's an anti-cancer. It's an anti-cholesterol. It boosts immunity. It aids in weight loss, and it prevents cataract. As you see here with the anti-cancer, the consumption of dry apple is proven to be beneficial to human health in terms of anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. With the cholesterol, the compounds enclosed in apple peels are known to inhibit the growth of cancer cells and even kill them. So as you see, the myth of eating the apple a day keeps the doctor away. This rings to be true. That's one myth. That's a medical myth that rings to be true. Also, the next myth that I have is talking about have you ever heard? I know I had, as a mom, I have two kids, and I had to go through the process of them teething, and them breaking in their teeth. So this myth is, can an egg in a sock really help with teething? I thought that was very interesting. Of course, I've heard people, you put ice on the gums, you use your freeze a waffle, let them chew on the waffle. But this particular myth, I found that it was very interesting, so I decided to research this myth. Um, so this myth, as far as the theory of it, you have to put a egg outside the child's door and hang it on the sock. There's a range of methods by which the old wives' tales is meant to be used. The most common one involves a baby sock and a raw egg, and it has to still be in the shell. The egg is placed inside the sock, and the sock is hung in the room where the baby sleeps. People who've done this says that the egg does not smell, and a lot of people say that it actually works. So now I'm going to talk about the science behind it. It actually states that an egg absorbs up to 7 times their weight of carbon dioxide. The theory is, although it's unproved, is that carbon dioxide puts pressure on the gum. So if you lessen the pressure, the carbon dioxide in the room, you lessen the pressure, therefore the pain. So it reduces the pain and allows the baby to sleep. So in conclusion, as you see, there's many myths and theories of medical theories that we can go by and research. But I'm going to leave you with this note. Um, you have to learn what's best for your body, how and get to know your body. I always say you are your best advocate. You are with yourself more than anybody. The doctors, they come and ask you questions. What's wrong? What's going on? So just learn your body and you get to know your body, okay? And I'm gonna leave in conclusion. Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Lean not to thy own understanding in all thy ways, acknowledge him, and he'll direct your path. And that's how I feel with all aspects of life, including health. And that's all I
Amen.
have.
You don't get the preaching in here. First nurse Kimberly Reese.
Yeah.
We appreciate first nurse Kimberly Reese. Look, we coming back in 30 seconds. We have another segment. It's the Raise the Green, fundraise the green with Charlene. We talking about fundraising. We have the Double Good fundraiser. So we'll be back in 30 seconds. Y'all know when I say 30 seconds, I mean 30 seconds. So don't go nowhere.
All right. Bye-bye.
What's going on? We are back and we have Charlene, Secretary of Reese Foundation. We have her in here to talk about our Double Good fundraiser. That a couple of people have hit us up. She will get back to you, I think this evening or tomorrow, early tomorrow. So let me get out the way. You go ahead and take it off, Charlene.
All right, thank you. Are you gonna put the picture up?
Yes.
All right, so good evening, everyone. So it's 2023, it's a new year, and so the Frederick D. Fruits Foundation is actually doing new things. So our first fundraiser is going to be Double Good. It is popcorn. It is very delicious. They actually don't make it until you actually pay for it and the fundraiser is over. This fundraiser will be from Wednesday, Thursday, February the 2nd, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's going to end Monday, February the 6th at 8 p.m. This is actually done online. So it's pretty much just you having a store of your own, and you're soliciting people to, purchase popcorn. The Frederick D. Reese Foundation will receive 50% of the proceeds from whatever, is sold as far as the popcorn is concerned. If you are interested in it, all you need to do is just send an email letting me know. The email address is listed here, but it's fundraise4fdreese@gmail.com. And I'll give you all of the what you need to do to actually sign up to create your own pop-up store. You will need to email the email address no later than February the 1st in order to participate. There will be prizes for the top 3 sellers. The top seller will get $100. Second place, $50, and third place, $25. And that money will actually will go towards History on Apparel. So you'll get $100 worth of History on Apparel merchandise that you can choose of your own choice if you are the top winner. So I hope that you all would come and support us, as this is a great cause, and we thank you.
All right, we appreciate that, Charlene Reese. Everybody, y'all got the information. Y'all need more information, just hit us up. Y'all know how to reach us. We appreciate you, Charlene. See you later.
Thank you.
Yeah, if y'all want to be a part of that, please, so you can start emailing us now, and she will send you give you the instructions how to sign up and everything, get that done. And the proceeds are definitely going to the Mr. Voting Rights Project.
That's
If
right.
you want to know more about Mr. Voting Rights Project, you got to hit us up Tuesday on the Zoom every Tuesday, and we break it down.
You got to say it like I say, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes,
sir.
That's right. So, interesting show. But we had an interesting week.
Yeah, man, we did.
We had an interesting week. And I know you you posted some on Facebook.
I did.
To ask people's opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna kind of talk about that right now. I'll let you segue into it and wait before we go. Mama hit me up, and I'm sorry we did not this. Mama just hit me up again. The information for Tuesday. Let me put it up right now. So your mama got to keep you on your toes. Mama got to keep us on our toes. Where did it go? I do not see it. I'm gonna have to get that up and post it back up there for Mr. Voting Rights Project. Yeah, I get it up and post it on there. But also thoughts and prayers to Mr. Is it Hamlin? His
Yeah.
family. The Buffalo Bills cornerback. He has positive. It's going in a positive direction now.
That's right.
If you do not know, on Monday, he had a tremendously bad health scare
He
on
did,
the
man.
field on
On the
live
field.
TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our thoughts and prayers, of course, go out to him and his family. But the good news is that it's going in a positive direction. Last thing I heard a few hours ago that he had opened his eyes and he was holding hands with his family.
Yeah, and now the last thing I heard, he wrote down and asked, "Did the Bills win?"
That's what I'm now. See, that's even better. That's even better, man. That's even better.
Man. And the doctor said, "Well, they said, well, you won in life."
There you go, bro.
There
you go, man.
That's right, man. That's right. We thank God for that, man. We really do.
Yeah.
Prayer works, man. And
Yes,
from my understanding, his family is a big spiritual, close knit family,
right?
And I'm glad that family they went to what counts, prayer, and
that's right.
And God has shown Himself strong through the medical individuals who who did their part. You know what I'm saying? Right. Faith without works is dead. We had faith, and they put the work in, and look, we see life, and we really thank God for that. We really do. And it was crazy. I was telling you earlier, man. Most of that injury usually happens with baseball players, little league baseball players through high school. That injury happens more than anything with impact in the chest, stopping the heart on the upbeat. That was very but to me, I was like, wow, I didn't expect that information. Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, before we get into the topic, that mama, I got the information right here. Here we go. Mr. Voting Rights Project. Win every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Join me and my brother to hear us discuss who Granddaddy was, who FD Reese was, and the what we're doing as far as preserving the legacy, preserving the artifacts, upkeeping the house, putting Granddad and Grandmom's Granddad's body out there and all of that. Here's the Zoom meet, the meeting ID, and the passcode is voting. So if you have not been on there, please join us on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we appreciate that. Appreciate getting all that out of the way. Okay, now go ahead, bro. I'll let you segue into what we discussing as right now.
The topic was, I needed people's opinion, man. The topic was, should your spouse follow you on social media? Remember I said that, but I should have clarified it more. Mm-hmm. I want to know what if your spouse said they don't want you to follow them on social media? I think that's apple and oranges, but I could have been more specific. I could have been, I could have been more in depth with that. Excuse me. But just on the surface, and what surprised me was the answers that I got, and from mostly women. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I kind of want to talk about that. I think, I know me and my lady, we follow each other. You know what I'm saying? I went there. I think it would be hell and high water if I told my lady, I don't want you to follow me. You know what I'm saying? But it really surprised me, and I would like to talk about this because I really think in today's time, social media is more of a playground than out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I know your post specifically said red flag. I
said, is it a red flag? That's right. I did. I said, is it a red flag? Let me say that.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it a red flag?
So, man, what you think about that? And pull up them comments, man. We got to go. We got to dive in this one.
Yeah, I'll just tell you my quick synopsis on it. I think it is a red flag. And I'll just speak for myself personally.
Okay.
A lot of the times when because I've been there, I've been want to move a certain way. I
Mhm.
have been in a position where I want to keep certain things away, where I
Mhm.
didn't want certain people eyes on the things that I was
That's right.
doing. So what I did was try my best to keep them away from my social media or things of that nature. Because to be honest, even though it's a public platform, you can move privately with it and move accordingly, and you can
Mhm.
get through certain windows and doors the way you want to. So for me, I know the only reason I've heard, this is just me. Now I know we got the comments where it's different reasons, and then we're gonna
You
display.
about to say something controversial, huh?
No, but the only reason that I have seen anyone that said I don't want to follow each other, it's always been in negative light. Either we were following each other and
Mm,
something blew up,
that's right.
or I don't want to follow you because I don't want you to see my moves. That's pretty much what me
Okay.
personally.
Okay. And that's understandable. And I think I share somewhat of your opinion on that, man. I think, I just the accountability it brings. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? To see, because what your spouse put out there on their stories, on what they liking, what they disliking, um what's on their posts. You know what I'm saying? So it
Right,
kind of keep things, that accountability um is there. You
right,
know what I'm saying? So
right.
that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. We can go into some of the comments that was under your post,
Yeah,
and I guess
go to it.
we can talk about whatever ones we want to
And I
talk
would
about.
say this before, but put the
Yeah,
comments up. But I would say that everyone, these comments, I put it out there that you're able to hit that link and come join us live and talk about
right.
your comments. Because I don't want anybody to think that we're using our platform to shame them. No, our
Mm-hmm.
platforms are public, and you commented on it, but
Yeah,
we'll allow you to come in to bring an explanation behind your comment
right,
if we
right,
disagree with your comment. Let me say that.
right. And people are commenting now, but let's get in a couple of the screenshots. Then I'll read their comments. Let's see. That shout out to Jay. He said not a flag, but a watchful glance unto their page is cool. Miss Vernita Harris said, my opinion, you're married, no secrets, period. Earl Wester said, I don't know if it's a red flag, but I do find it a bit strange.
Okay.
Ellie Williams said no. Shamika Kenyon said that most definitely I would like to, and not sure if I had an explanation I would understand. And Mika Smith said, I'd say no. To me, it shows that there are no trust issues, and for me, that's major. Uh, so that was a couple of comments. So that go in any way there. Ms. Swift Scott said, I don't think now stop me where you want to whatever comment you want to
I want you to come
discuss.
out to the one that said it's because it has boundaries. I saw that
Okay, right
I
here.
saw it specifically.
Okay. We see Happy Hydro said not a red flag to me. If you follow your spouse need passion desires like dreams, it said in social media should not be a non-fact, especially for a generation of 70, 80, baby. Lovely Smith, that's Ashley. She went to school with us. She said, no, it's not for me. She basically said because she feel like we're in the same house. If I feel like I'm around you all the time, you should be able to have something to yourself. I'll comment on that after you.
Yeah, comment on
Charlene
it.
Reed, that's her wife. She said, yes, sir, it is. Makes no sense. This is the one you want to talk about. Danny Brown said, I don't follow my husband and he doesn't follow me. It's not a red flag, it's boundaries.
Boundaries.
Yeah.
Now, what I would say with this, I understand boundaries. What I mean by that, I understand if a woman has a diary. A diary is
Mhm.
something that a woman can write and talk about her deepest feelings and thoughts. And sometimes diaries, they might share that with their daughters on down the road, their granddaughter, but no one else sees that. I can see that is a boundary that I
Mhm.
would not cross if she said this is sacred to me. But
Mhm.
I feel like it's no such thing as boundaries on social media because how is a boundary towards your spouse, but the world can see it? Where is the boundary? I don't get that as a boundary. A boundary is
Mhm.
something that you hold for yourself that no one else can see.
Got you.
You get what I'm saying? That only
Got
your eyes can see, no one
you.
else,
Mhm.
not party you talking about. I don't care if
Mhm.
it's a high school sweetheart, or ex, a person like that. They can't even see your deepest thoughts because you writing it in a diary. And if
Mhm.
I was her significant other and I went to that diary without her knowing and without her sharing with me what's in that diary that only her eyes have looked at, now I have crossed that boundary.
Right.
You get what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
I can see that as a
But you
boundary.
saying social media
But
shouldn't be
social
about.
media, when the world can see,
Right.
when the entire world can see what you are sharing, but then you say to your spouse and say, no, it is a boundary that you can't cross. I just totally 100% disagree with that. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Okay, let me read a couple of these things. Um, uh, Randy Williams, he said, sorry, I could not get with you for my passing through Atlanta, but next time, yeah.
Okay.
Randy Williams also said, when you are married, you are one. And he said the culture thing, man, and yes, it's a red flag, red car, red boat, red shoes. It's red, red, red. Penny Anderson said, if you're gonna have social media when you're married, then it shouldn't be a problem or have it together. Okay, now you're 100% right. I let me not say you're 100% right. I agree with you what you're saying because, and you know what? Let's go down a couple of
But I need to say
more.
another. I heard one
Uh-huh.
individual. I read one individual that was a female. She said
Mm-hmm.
that she is a detective, but and she also has fans. Did
Let
I
me
send you
find
that
it.
one?
Let
When
me
she said that she
find it.
had fans,
Let
and
me find it. Here we go. Right here. Antoinette Tony Finley, Alan Reese,
no, no,
because I'm a detective,
oh
huh?
yeah, go
Because
ahead.
I'm a detective and overthinker, so it causes unnecessary problems, and I have fans. La la
Wow,
la. So it was best.
wow. And this look, man, we're talking about marriages, spouses. I wouldn't know how to feel if my wife said I got fans. So, what are you saying to those fans, and are you entertaining those fans on why you don't?
Right,
What's your reason that you don't want me to follow you on social media?
right,
Because if you entertaining those fans, what does that mean for our relationship? Is that something that's going against our relationship? You get what I'm saying? That
right.
we're not being totally committed. If I'm entertaining fans, that means no, you can't
Man,
follow me because I got fans. Because now on here, I might be saying some things back to my fans that
right,
does not represent me well in a relationship, bruh.
right. And she said, I wonder does her husband know she has fans? Now, and I will say this: it's plenty of celebrities with I would think. I mean, I'm almost 40, but I would think a lot of celebrities have more fans than this detective, and they follow
Mhm.
each other on social media. That's one. Number two, what I feel is this is me. This is what I've seen. Now, y'all know me. I've talked to, people like to debate me. I've been called everything under the sun, misogynistic, all of that, whatever. It don't bother me because the truth is the truth, whatever the case is. So, what I've seen in most cases, when a woman and a male, particularly the husband and wife, don't follow each other, it's because this most of the time when the wife don't want the husband to follow or the lady don't want the man to follow, it's because she is posting things that he may not necessarily agree
Mhm.
with. Now, I'm not saying it's something egregious, but it can be certain pictures she posting, certain posts that she's using, and things of that nature. And so, in 9 out of 10 cases, most of the times I agree with the man when I have seen that.
Mhm.
And on the other hand, when husbands don't want or the men don't want the females to follow them, it's because I'm just keep it a buck. We are
Mhm.
doing something that we don't want our spouse to see. Because what other reason? Because if you want to be on camera, hit the link. Alan will
Hit
put it
the
up there.
link, please hit
Hit
the
the
link.
link. Please hit the link. But I want to know someone tell me what reason. I want a valid reason that you would have to say, I don't want my spouse following me. And when you use boundaries,
Wow.
that is like that is a player word for me, because it's like, how do you have, and then I'll ask this, because this is where the kicker gonna be. So, do we have boundaries with the cell phone? Because see, a lot of people, they say that cell phone is on limits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can get your cell phone to go through it when I want to. So then why can't I go through your social media?
That's right.
That's just me. Jeff say what a link.
It's on my Facebook post. Go to my Facebook. It's on there.
Yeah, I click in, Jeff. Randy said it goes back to the culture thing, but I know I have fam, been a former boxing champion, been around the world, but you can bet the wife knows I have them. He got fam, wife knows he have them. I want to go back to where was the comment at? Yeah. Lovely Smith. No, it's basically, she said it's not a red flag, but she feel like if we had to fight, we're in the same house. I feel like if I'm around you all the time, you should be able to have something to yourself. Okay, this is just me. You can have a lot of things to yourself. I can leave you alone when the football game is on. I can leave you alone when you and the girls going out. Leave you alone, let you do that. Enjoy your girl time. I can leave you alone when your favorite TV show is on. I know women that have she sheds.
That's right.
I know women with she sheds.
Like me, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But social media, and we have to understand with the evolution of everything, social media is one of the main problems in relationships. So why not have that intact? That's my opinion.
You're right. You're right, bro.
100%. I don't understand.
I remember back in the day they used to talk about these women going to work husbands. These folks on Facebook and Instagram got Facebook and Instagram husbands. That's why they don't want real life husband to follow them and be and see them on they Facebook and Instagram, because their Instagram husband don't know about they physical husband. Their physical husband don't know about their Instagram Facebook husband. Vice versa.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I would want to know the reason why, if it's anyone listening, if you don't follow your spouse or whatever the case is, give me some reasons why.
And if y'all don't, I would love to know. I would love to know this. I want to know, why what happened? What happened for y'all not to follow each other? Right. And I would love to know that, to see, man, is this something that's that serious, not to follow each other? You know what I'm saying? What happened? Mm-hmm. Because my thing is, if you got fans and men saying stuff inappropriate, well, you should be checking the men that saying stuff inappropriate, because you're married. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's vice versa for the men. If women are saying things inappropriate, that they know you're married, if they're saying things inappropriate that if your wife was following you and they saw it, why do you continue to let people say inappropriate things to you on Facebook and Instagram without blocking them or not following them, because they continue to be inappropriate? The point is, do you like it? Are you liking are you liking what you're getting? The attention. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, Anastasia, I guess her and her each other. So I'll bring her comment. We do not follow each other, but he has full access to see it if he would. He's a social media, I guess but I am on there frequently. Yeah, that's what she's saying.
Okay, well, if he's not on there, that's cool. I can understand he's not. Some people don't like social media. He's not interested. Yeah. Okay, cool. But I'm talking about the ones that are both are like MJ, me and you. If I was a woman, you a man, and we were husband and wife. Me and you on social media. We there. We in the house. So I'm talking about, I see some people in the house that's not following each other.
Right.
And they're saying it's because they got fans and that is boundaries and stuff like that. What is being said that your husband or your wife cannot see that will make them
Right.
feel a certain type of way. And my thing is this: is the feelings that they have warranted? Is it warranted when we really think about it? Is it
Mhm.
warranted? If you always got somebody on your post saying you sexy, I like this, you got a nice
Right.
body, this and that, I wish we can be together, this and that. If you got people saying that, well, if your spouse see that and you not checking it, it's warranted.
I'll say this, and I'll just say it. I see that in most cases like that, people like the attention.
Okay.
And so what happens is, for instance, let's just say hypothetically, my wife is on social media. We follow each other. Hypothetically, let's say my wife posts pictures, certain pictures that I know as a man is gonna bring her attention, right?
Yeah.
So, but she keeps doing it. I'm telling her, hey, kind of slow down with it, chill out a little bit. You know, that could bring on the wrong attention. You as a wife, it could be different things. You could mess up the brand. We got FD to worry about. You know,
Mhm.
you can't. It's certain ways you got to move.
Mhm.
And because what this is me, and I know people may say, you might be going too deep. A lot of the times, women and men, different ways. Women sometimes they post things because it's really insecurity, so they need validation. So what happens is their
Okay.
spouse look at it and see, wait a minute, why do you need social media validation?
Mhm.
If I'm the validation, if I'm all the validation you need. So what happens is it creates a problem in the household. So one person is against it. One person feel like you're holding me back. It's not that serious, but then you keep craving the attention. And so that's what it is. Okay, hold on. We saw issues on the pages. I am one to address them. He doesn't. So he blocked anyone from posting on his page. I'm an open book, so I left mine open. If I see something, I'm going to say something. We saw issues on if you don't mind me asking, what issues? Okay, so he blocked anyone from posting on his page.
I understand that.
Okay, yeah.
Anastasia, come on in live. Hit that link. Anastasia, hit that link so you can explain yourself on that because come on, hit the link.
It's a little bit to unpack on that one.
Well, look there and pack on to my understanding and this typing
Right,
going back and forth. We ain't got that
right,
much.
because I don't want to assume and not to get on Anastasia. Anastasia no ain't nothing but love. If he's blocking and if she's correcting, why don't y'all follow each other? That's just me. If he blocking and he cool with what you got going on now, he blocking because I would think she's saying he's blocking people from saying inappropriate things on his page what may have went on. I'm assuming. And so he blocking people from him page. She says she's an open book, so she left her page open. But if she sees something, she gonna say something. So basically what she's saying is he blocked and leave it like that. She leave her page open, but she gonna put her foot down. So what I'm saying is, this is me. If that is going on, if everyone doing checks and balances, then why don't y'all follow each other?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand that.
She said, Lord, let me check the link. I just
Yeah.
get some little clarity.
That's right. Get some little clarity. But
Yeah. Then it said, my thing is that women always compliment my pics and telling her how good I look, and I get the same about her. But the important thing is she can trust me as I trust her. That's exactly what I was just asking about.
mm-hmm.
Anastasia, like you listen, what we have to understand, and men understand that. Like I tell my wife just went out last weekend. If somebody ain't hollering at you, it's a problem. It just is what it is. Somebody not hollering at you. If you're not getting attention, then it's a problem. Because I know how you look. So I understand what time it is. But as long as we handle it in an
That's right.
orderly fashion,
Mm-hmm.
then it shouldn't break us. Like my wife, Matter of fact, she just went to see Jay Brown. He won there. That's one of her guys that she liked as far as singing wise. She hit him up on Instagram. Hey, I'm waiting to see you. Whoop, whoop. He was like, "Oh, my bad. I was just performing at the 9:30 show." Whoop, whoop. And that's it. I don't feel no type of way.
That's right. That's
You
right.
handle it accordingly. And look, she is one of his fans.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is what I'm saying, man. If you secure in your relationship,
And you handle things accordingly.
right?
follow
But
each
see, the problem is this: the problem, bro. It only be one sided. One
Mhm.
person is always gun ho about the social media, and the other one has insecurities. So a 9 times out of 10, we're not addressing the insecurities on the other person, but the other person loves the attention. 9 times out of 10. This is what happened, bro. One person want the attention and want to move how they want to move.
Mm-hmm.
The other person is saying, this ain't how we should be moving. They have had plenty of arguments, so they came to the consensus, we just not gonna follow each other.
9 times
out of 10 is not the best solution.
That's right. Because some gonna happen.
What it does,
Some gonna happen. Best believe it. Some gonna happen.
exactly.
MJ, some gonna happen.
It's
Some gonna happen, man. So it's best just to keep the reins open. Hey, look, follow me. Shoot, matter of fact, every social media page I click, I follow Kim. Let's just go on, open door. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? You see who liking my post. You see who comment. You see what I'm saying back. You see it.
You see
it. Come on.
And it's a lot of people saying it's about trust. It is, but at the same time, it's about the move. Like I said, I done seen it so many times, man. It's just and I don't want to, and I'm not trying to say nothing, but in most cases I've seen, it's the women that we see it now. So it's not
surprise me, bro. You know, I'll be on the, you know, I must say you more of a talking about relationships and
right.
You know, you get in the mud with this. You know,
right.
Sometimes I be on a rock.
Right.
And you know, and I must say it truly surprised me when I saw most of the women said that it wasn't a red flag and they did not want their spouse following them. Man, that took me back. I'm like, wow.
Right.
I was expecting the men to say, oh man, no, I don't worry about that. I don't want her following me. I was expecting that. But most of the men said, you know, yeah, I think it is a red flag. I want my spouse to follow me. They'll hit me up.
Why, bro? You know why most of the men say it?
Why?
Because we know that most of us have. But men understand. We have used that as a tool to be dishonest, bro.
Okay. Well, probably so.
Listen. And we understand the game.
Mm-hmm.
We understand.
That's true.
And we understand that social media now is so prevalent. It's not like even the generation before us, like our worry about this. This wasn't a tool. The most you had to worry about was seeing a girl that said something to you at the football game in high school, and you got to see about it. But now with social media, you have to worry about so
and then
much.
Let's be honest, a lot of people meet and date off social media. You know, when we were coming up, we didn't have DM. We had to jump down. You know, we had to walk up, we had to build our confidence in the physical. Walk up how I met my wife. I had to walk up to her. Was at Golden Corral. I had to walk up to her and holler at her. Cats ain't got like that. They can shoot a DM. They can like a lot of posters and kind of get her attention. And you know what I'm saying? We had to put work in. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that I think social media is the biggest tool now of people hooking up.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Of people hooking up. You know, they DM them. You know, that's from my understanding of things now. So what I'm saying is that just as it is a tool now to hook people up, it can also be that tool now for people to be kind of sensitive about their life against their spouse. And you have to watch that. I'm just saying, watch it. You know what I'm saying? I think the best way to start watching it and making an even playing field is to follow each other and see what each other posting on your stories and see if it represent the relationship that y'all say y'all have. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
We gotta understand it's a few things, man. It's deeper than that. What Jeff said, Black Planet. I remember Black Planet.
I remember Black Planet.
I did a little research. Yeah, I think Instagram is number one. I think then Tinder and Bumblebee. Instagram is actually number one in people hooking up. Believe it or not, that's number one. Bro.
Wow.
And then what I would say is you got to think about it. If people don't say social media is not that, its boundaries is not that serious, jobs are looking at your social media. How many times have we seen people say something on their social media get fired, whether it's some racial or some overly sexualized or something like that, they've been fired. So it's
the drive. I've seen people that I've known from school, or known around the way, won't speak to me in public, but get on social media and like everything that we're doing, but see me in Walmart, won't say nothing. I've seen people go out in public in the physical with the bunnies on their head, while cats out there just looking crazy, but then get on social media and play face on. See, back in the day, it was flipped. You know what I'm saying? We got somebody coming in.
Yes, Anastasia. Hopefully your internet.
We have some technical difficulties, which
keep me in there, so we can get some clarification. Can you hear us?
We have Wi-Fi at home. You might want to get on your Wi-Fi so you can.
Can you?
You're going in and out. Though.
Yeah, you're breaking up. And man, I wanted to hear this clarification.
I know. Should get it straight. We'll bring it back in.
Yeah, we'll bring it back in.
But yeah, man. That's the thing, man. Social media is a driving force now. People do not live in reality like they used to when we were coming up. Social media is the reality. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you go looking like anything out in public, but then put your best fit on to take your pictures and be on live and do what you need to do on social media.
See, I don't understand that, bro. I don't understand it. But see, that's what I'm saying. It goes to the root. It goes to the root of it's the insecurities, because you would rather get your face did and get on social media and look your best in a fictitious world.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you go out in the real world, it's flip-flop. So basically your perception of the world, your perception out and about is as important to you as your social media presence.
That's right, because they could be who they want to be on social media. So you don't have to be the real person. That's what I'm saying. Are you being real on social media when you have a spouse or a person that you're in a relationship with? Because you can be fake on social media. You can create whoever you want to be.
Right.
Whoever you want to be, you could be that person on social media. But when it comes to real life, when it comes to sitting down and talking to someone face to face and having a conversation and dialogue in real life, it shows your true colors, who you really are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we get on social media, that's when they say they got boundaries and fans, because it would show a person that their spouse don't even know.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't know you talk like this. I didn't know you respond like this.
Right.
I didn't know you act like this. I didn't know you had these type of conversations, because you're not being who you are, who you really are on social media like you would be in the physical, man.
And I'm going to say this. On the flip side, I've had conversations. I'm not going to say their name. It's about 7 to 8 women that I talk to. I'm going to say on a bi-weekly basis. They love to debate me. But it's all good. It's all in love. Trust me. But I told one of them, I said, look, she asked me what advice would you give me, this, that, and the third. I said, I'll start here. I said, one of the biggest things I see your social media.
Mhm.
You be posting drama stuff. You
Mhm.
posting subliminal messages. Everything you post. I said,
Mhm.
just in case your husband may be on social media
On social media.
and he
That's right.
scroll through your page, he look at your picture and say, "Oh, you cute," but then what
Mhm.
happens? He look at what you posting, and then okay, let's see if we can bring Anastasia. I'll cut that off and come back. Let's see. Let's see if we ready. Okay, we can't see you.
Yes.
Hold on 1 second. She said she trying to get on her laptop.
Okay.
Stage, I really want to hear this clarification here. Can you okay, we see you.
Oh my God. Never mind.
Okay, that's
Okay,
better.
Is
here
this
we
better?
go.
That's better.
100%.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
So
so go ahead. I'm gonna give
no,
you the
go ahead.
floor and
What you
let you give
saying?
us. I want you to give us some clarification on your post in the comment section because you said let me go back. Let me go back to the comments so I can know exactly what. Okay, this one here. We saw on the pages. I am one to address them. He doesn't. So he blocked anyone from posting on his page. I'm an open book, so I left mine open. If I
So
see something, I'm going to say something.
that's right. So we want to know, why would he block on his page when people are being inappropriate on your page? I don't understand that.
Okay. It was people being inappropriate on both pages.
Okay.
Okay.
So there were people inappropriate on his page and on my page. I'm going to say something if it's on my page or on his page.
Okay.
Now, I will give him that opportunity to say something, but you got a short window. You have a window to address it,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
how many times it happens.
Okay.
He's more passive, I would say, whereas
Mhm.
I'm a little more in your face, direct. Um, like I don't have a problem reaching out to a person.
Okay.
That's not a problem for me. I'll reach out to them directly. You don't want to address them, I'll address them. That's fine. Well, for him, that's problematic for him. He doesn't want to be caught up in the drama. But I'm like, you want to have a page, and this is kind of what comes with the territory. So either you going to address it or I will. And for him, it was easier just to be like, you know what, nobody can come on my page. That was his take on it. Did I agree wholeheartedly? No, but I'm like, you know what? That's how you want to handle it. That's how you want to handle it. I'm not
So
gonna
let me
fight you on.
ask you this,
Go ahead.
Anastasia, and thank you for joining us. One. Um,
You're welcome.
let me ask you this. So, what would be? I get that if that's the decision you want to make to kind of keep confusion down and keep peace, get it. But my question is, why can't y'all still follow each other? Now I understand if he blocking people, if he's it can cause some
His page
conflict.
private now. Okay,
And
I
I
get
get that.
that.
But
Yeah.
when it comes to you and him,
Yeah.
what
That's
I'm asking is,
yes.
even if you his only
Great
friend
question.
on social media, why aren't y'all following each other?
So my page remained open.
Okay.
There are times I may get something on my page. There are times I may get um there were issues with that. I actually changed up just kind of what you guys were speaking on in terms of like pictures you posted and all that to that nature. I changed up pics that I did post. Initially, I may not have seen them as inappropriate, but for him, they got a little too much attention. So that was like one of the initial things, was he just didn't like some of what I posted.
Okay.
And initially, I didn't see the issue, but he did. Now I've changed that now, but initially that wasn't the case. And then on top of that, people have come on my page and said things inappropriately. I addressed them, but for him, he just rather not see it.
So why you start following him?
Well, he just was like, let's just not we kind of like came to a consensus. It wasn't like, we just did it. We spoke. He was like, you know what? We just don't even have to follow each other because we don't want it to be an issue. For us, it was, we don't want this to be an issue, and it's become an issue. or we could see it becoming a bigger issue. So that was, now honestly, like I said, that was part of me also trying to keep the peace in my marriage. I really didn't care. I'd rather things be open, and then if something transpire, address it. But he's much
what?
different.
I'm just being curious. So what besides? Okay, you said you was posting inappropriate pictures. Okay, you said you changed that. I don't understand what can be said or done on besides that to make a person feel a certain type of way. What's going on the page that making y'all have these people come in and make these comments that are inappropriate? Besides, I can see as a woman you might be posting pictures that would draw men in. Okay, boom, you stop that. And if he ain't out there showing his body or something like that and drawing women in, okay, if y'all changing that, I don't understand what else. The other stuff we probably posting about what's going on in the world. What
Yeah.
what can
You
you be
don't have
doing?
to. Well, I don't want to say this just in regards to women, but so for you all, men mostly comment when a woman looks a certain way, correct? Is that what you would kind of say the consensus is?
It can draw more attention. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. That's not always the case with women, though. A man doesn't have to be online and showing anything particular for her to come on there and be inappropriate or
Okay.
disrespectful to his relationship. The guy could not be posting anything to that nature, and a woman or female will come on there and just be inappropriate just because. Women are a little more petty than men. I'll be real honest about that. And sometimes they'll come on there, and so he wasn't posting anything to that nature. There were some people that kind of just knew us in real life, outside of the internet, and they would not do things in person, but then they would do it online.
Well, how about just block them and continue to follow each other?
Well, see, here's the thing. That sounds simple enough with maybe me. That wasn't with him. That wasn't the case with him, because he's one of those types. Well, I just don't want to cause a problem. I don't want to cause an issue. If I block him and then I go see him at work, it's gonna be a problem.
Is
Like,
he at
that's
the
where
house?
it was. These were individuals we worked with, some of them.
Is he at the house? Because one thing I know. Hold on, let me know. I've been married 13 years, been with my wife 16. So one thing I know about marriage is communication and how you say things to one another. That's one thing I do know. How you have how is your conversation when you're ironing things out? So I just don't think just a man just gonna say, oh, we just ain't gonna follow each other, this and that, when it's people coming on your page being inappropriate over the picture that you're posting. Now, what I believe is that y'all just didn't have a conversation. I believe it's just an argument and you didn't try. That's what I can't see going to Kim having a loving conversation and saying we're going to talk about this, and we come to the conclusion that we're not going to just follow each other. I just no matter.
You all do not know Donald Holmes Jr.
Okay, so let me ask this, because what I say, I think that this is me personally. Now, your marriage, you got a successful marriage, so I can't speak on your marriage. But what I'm saying is, to me, that will cause more problems, because sometimes out of sight, out of mind is better. Like if I'm a sweet tooth lover, don't buy the cookies on this grocery trip, because if I see them cookies gonna get ate. You know what I'm saying? So out of sight, out of mind. But when it comes to things of this nature, what I'm saying is, I think what my brother is saying, if you have more of a conversation of a kumbaya moment, then I think if it was logical is going on, I don't think no one would just say it. The best solution would be, let's just not follow each other, and instead of having boundaries, let's just forget it. Let's just forget it all the way. I wouldn't suggest that, but if it works for you, it works for you. But what I'm saying, if it was me, I would say that's gonna make it worse, because not only do I know what's going on, now I can't even see it. So then what that does, that can create some trust deficiencies, because if I know things and I can see things and I can know better how to handle it. But if you're telling me now, I know what's going on. Let's be honest, Anastasia. you probably was getting 6 times more comments than him. So it wouldn't make sense for the man to now say, oh, I'm gonna defer my page when I ain't even getting that much pressure. And now I'm gonna say, I don't want to see your page no more. And I can bet my bottom dollar, all the money in the bank account, that you were getting more attention than him, because that's just the way the world works. You probably post more than him. You are a woman. That's 2 right there.
Mhm.
And even though you said women will come in and say certain things, women are different than men. But let's talk about the quantity. Sometimes we may get 1 or 2 on an average. We may get 1 or 2 here and there every blue moon that may be real inappropriate, because most women are getting attention where they really don't feel like they need to give men a lot of social media attention, because they want to receive it.
And bro,
So
I think we're missing something important. I think as married people, we're public figures. We use our social media to drive our businesses and things like that. But I think we have to be careful. One thing that I love about social media, as a married couple, I love that it can be family based. See, one thing about it, if I'm not posting about FD Reese and what Granddaddy did and something that we're doing within the business, the next thing you're gonna see is me posting my family.
Fact.
My picture with my family. I'm tagging my wife. See, it's family based. And I think as marriage people, I think the other question is this: are married couples and people in relationship really using social media as family based, as you should if you're married?
Facts.
You should not be on your social media and it looks like you're single.
Facts.
Outside of what you're posting about your business. If you're using social media to drive it. And I think at the end of the day, I guarantee if I went to all these individuals who commented on my posts and I was able to go to their pages, I guarantee I might see 2 or 3 pictures of their husband or 2 or 3 pictures of their wife, but they got 1,000 pictures on their profile. And those 1,000 pictures, them out there on girl trips or on fella trips, or them at the club or the cigar bar with them and the fellas, and it's not family based.
Okay, can I
You know what I'm saying?
that my man doesn't like taking pictures. I have to fight to get a picture.
What man really does though, but we'll take it.
No. Everyone's different. Everyone's different. And
no, y'all want to take 10 and be like, pose again, I don't like it. No.
Everyone is different.
Let's keep going.
Listen, everyone is different. And I know for a fact my husband is different from 98% of people I know. Like, this is something I learned about him very early on. Things you feel like doesn't make sense or would not be typical for him to say, a lot of times it is. There are times where I may say something you would have expected it to be the opposite way around. We sat down, had the conversation. I'm one of those types though as well. I'm going to prove my point. I'm going to give you a point to match your point. So if you're giving me a stance that you're standing on, I'm going to give you one as well. And for him, it's just easier at a certain point. He's just going to be like, you know what? Let's just not do this, because he doesn't want to go back and forth. I don't want to go back and forth, but I will. I'm more long-winded than he is.
So let me ask you this, and I ain't gonna hold you long. What if he suggested? It's just me. I haven't. What's your husband's name? What'd you say, Don?
Donald.
You
call him Don. Yes.
Don. What if Don suggested? Okay, I want to revert back to following each other, but this is my suggestion. You get 1 picture of yourself every 2 weeks. The other things you post should be about or family. But if you want to post yourself, gym pic, you in there, you in the gym, you fitness or whatever, you want to do that. If you want to post yourself out with the girls, you do that, right? What if he suggested that? If he said, okay, either we do that or we both deactivate our social medias, would you be able to receive that?
1 pic every 2 weeks without
of yourself.
Of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, already. We know what it's about. MJ, I gotta say this.
Look,
Understand?
that's not fair. Don't do that. Don't do that. Look, that's not fair. Let me say this.
We got our answer.
If we sat down and had that, if we sat down, had that conversation, and that's because I'm just used to snapping pics. I'm not gonna lie. I will eat that. Okay. I'm used to doing that. But if that was a condition to make him feel more comfortable, so if he felt like I was out here looking single by posting too many pics of myself, but he would need to be willing to take more of those family pics.
Wait, hold up. Don't say
no. If you want me to cut down on my pics and I'm saying I want to post more pics of the family, he would need to be more willing to take those.
Wait. Hear what I'm saying? You can't see. It's the problem and solution based, right? So is your problem that he don't take enough pics? Was that stated in the initial?
That was one of the issues.
That's
one of the issues, though. If he would not take pics of the family, but you want me not to post pics of myself, that's part of the issue. Why would he not post? You want me to post more pics of the family, right? The family pics, that's what you're saying, versus just me by myself.
Yeah.
Well, he would have to actually take those pictures.
No, what I'm saying, let me say this. It don't have to be just pics of the family, but it can be more pics of the kids, more pics of the damn dog, more pics of the business, more pics of, you know, like it don't have to be.
Okay. If that was a stipulation, I would do that. Okay. If he sat down and he said, "This is what I want," I would do that.
We're gonna talk to Don. Remember when Anastasia brought her family to Selma, her husband. I met her husband.
Yeah.
He is a person that has logical conversations, MJ.
Okay.
We sat there at the FD Reese home and had great conversations, not just about FD Reese, Black Wall Street. Right. She's not having a conversation with this man.
Okay.
He would sit down and listen. From what I get from Don. You get what I'm saying? Because she brought her husband, her family, kids, all them did a tour. So at the end of the day, I think it goes back to the conversation, and if we are serious and trying to resolve something and just trying to throw it to the side. You know what I'm saying?
And I would say if that was the case, he got to take a little bit more pictures of himself.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. If he don't come down, he got to come up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. Mr. Allen, did you say I wasn't having conversations with him?
I'm not saying you won't have a conversation. What I'm saying, I believe that Don, to me, from what I get, when I was sitting down talking to Don, he was kind of like us, MJ. You can have a conversation with him. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is I believe that if you have logical conversations with him, I don't believe that it would end with we just not gonna follow each other on social media.
That's what
it did, and it was his choice. You know, but it did. Now, honestly, let me put this in perspective.
Put Don on the phone. Put him on.
He's not jumping on nothing without getting himself together. Okay, but you know what? I will definitely ask him in the future to come on and hop on one of these. But this also took place so many years ago. It's just been like that for years. We were younger when all of this transpired. This wasn't recent. This wasn't something even within the last 7 years. This took place a long time ago, and it just kind of stuck with what we stipulated back then. It's just been the case.
Bro, Angel, we call her Angel because Angel a long time friend. Yeah. I believe if I came and told Kim, look, man, let's just not follow each other on social media. Oh boy, we just don't follow me. Hey, I just don't. I guess I live in a different world. You know what I'm saying? And that's why this topic surprised me so much. I thought spouses were gonna say, no, it's accountability. You need to follow each other. So I'm just surprised, and I'm not gonna say whatever works for y'all works for y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. But personally, I just can't see all the things that we do. I just can't see going to my wife and telling her, you know what, even if a lady say something that's out the way or this and that, or someone liking some and this and that, I just can't see myself with Kim. If you got a problem with it, what we'll do is not follow each other on social media. Do you know,
You better
boy,
duck
the
when you
time
say
I
that.
would have behind that? You know what I'm saying? You talking about a doghouse,
Right.
boy?
I mean,
So,
Anastasia, but I'll say this: if it works for your marriage, then,
hey,
you know, it's nothing we can say.
No,
And
I'm not offended. First of all,
yeah, I know, I know,
MJ,
I know,
well, both of y'all, we listen,
I
MJ,
know,
we go back and forth
all the time.
so it's all love at the end of the day. It's cool.
I
Right.
believe
And
that.
like I'll admit, we're different. Our marriage, our relationship, it is different. And I'm not going to sit there and say that it was a nice, pleasant conversation the whole way through.
I
There
think
was
that
arguing,
I
and
believe the
then
argument went on. That man chose peace.
and
He
then this
chose,
it just that's
and
what
that's
it.
what happened. See, I don't believe he chose that willingly. I believe
He
he
did.
chose that.
He
I believe
chose that.
if that happened, it was some arguing going on,
He chose
and he said,
peace.
you know what? He chose peace over being right.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct. He chose
That's the
peace.
issue with it.
He
That's the
chose
That-
issue.
peace.
That's not
Because
right,
I'm
though.
not. One thing is, I work towards solution though. I work towards solution, but he gets to a point. He's not gonna keep talking. He's not gonna. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? You got to show me why. I need the why behind it. We're two different people in our conversations. So if you're telling me something that I don't understand, and sometimes for him, he's just like, you know what? Let's just do this and let it be peace. But I'm trying to get an understanding. And sometimes you guys don't want to go that much deeper into the conversation, or you may not be to a point that you're understanding. So you're just like, throw
I
your
guess
hands up.
Well, because I feel like it's nothing you can tell me to make me understand that. I mean,
I think
I'm this just
yeah,
me. This me. It's nothing you can
Mhm.
tell me to make me say, you know what? If I came, this is hypothetically, if I came to my wife and said, the pictures you're posting are, because I'm a guy. It's kind of like if a woman comes to me, if Lean came to me and said, hey, this is what I've experienced during pregnancy. This is what I experienced. Okay, I got two daughters that's 15. This is what I experienced now during menstrual cycle and things of that nature, right? I will automatically take a back seat to it because I know she has more knowledge in this situation than me. And as a man, certain women should, when it comes to things like this, sometimes y'all don't see what the perception is and how it's looked. So sometimes y'all have to, if y'all done married us and vetted us and we done been together all the time, we done been through hard times, then why can't you trust me when I say, hey, these pictures you posting, stop doing it. You need to stop doing this and stop doing that, because the perception, I know that this is gaslighting to guys, that is tempting guys to want to do more by you advertising. That's all it is. It's
and bro,
advertising.
I
So you
think
don't want to be advertising like you out there. So you got to kind of listen to the man when it comes to this, man.
you made a good point. Even with my social media, I think when you look at my social media, I think that even if a woman wanted to say something, you look at my social media and what it represents. It does not represent something that's calling for something beside man support what I'm doing. So I think our social media, the pictures that we post, the things we put out there on social media should represent us as married individuals.
And let me say this, and I'll say this as a man. If I went down your social media, I'm keeping it a buck, and the men will agree with me. I ain't even got to ask the consensus. If I went down your social media, let's say hypothetically, you got 500 pictures, and 20 of them got your husband in them.
That's right.
I'm telling you, I'm automatically gonna say, oh, I might can sneak in there. But let's say flip side, I went down your social media, you got 500 pictures, and 400 of them got your husband in. Guess what it's gonna cause me to do? Dang, I might can't even get in that. So let me not even pursue this any to the next level, because If I see all these pictures, she happy in this, she happy, she hugged with him in this, hugging with that, this, that, and the
That's
third. But if 80% of your pictures is you by yourself, and you only 10% of them is with your husband or your family,
Right.
what that
That's right.
tells me is she advertising herself more than she
Mhm.
advertising her family. So
That's right.
what that allows
That's
me
right.
to do as a man, it's a mechanism. I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna holler at that because perceiving one way that she is this, she's inviting me. It's like a subliminal invite. And sometimes women don't understand that because men, we know, we understand. We like, look at all them pictures. This is an invite right here. She posting
That's
this
right.
angle, this angle. She making sure that I can see this right here, that I can see this body part. She's inviting me, but she wants it to perceive. I know she married. If I look on the about info, it say married to done, right? But then when I look at her pictures, it say
You're done.
more single to social media. So what is going to automatically cause me to do as a man, because we created the game, y'all fall for it. I'm gonna go in there, and it's easier for me to get in with more pictures of herself than with her family.
That's
But if
right.
I see she got all them pictures of her family, they taking Christmas photos, Halloween photos, Thanksgiving photos, April Fool photos, summer vacations. As a man, I'm gonna be like, you know what? It's gonna take too much work for me to break that
That's
wall
right.
down.
Your social media say you better not. You
Exactly.
better not. That's what
Exactly.
my social media
I,
say. You better not. And yeah,
I'm gonna
right
be real
now.
honest with.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
right
gonna
now.
be
You
honest.
better not.
First of all, I see your point on that notion. I see your point on that notion. Now, with you saying these things about subliminal messages being sent, I have so much more I can say about that. That's gonna be for another show, obviously. Because that goes both ways. There are things that you guys ignore that other people do and say it's nothing, and it be something behind it.
So that's what you're doing.
That's why. No, I'm not doing that. I get what you're
Listen,
saying.
if
I'm
I'm
not doing
telling
that
you,
though. I'm telling
no,
you, I've switched up on how I post things. Is what I'm
no,
saying.
what I'm saying, you don't see it. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that's what you're doing
No,
per
I
se.
see what you were saying with that. How it could look like, okay, she says this, but she looks like I might be able to come
Right.
in. I get that. I understand that. I'm not hard-headed to that note, to that. I get it. But what I'm
Okay.
saying is, I'm also somebody that's an open book. Somebody does something that is disrespectful, I call them out on it. I say something to them.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Why even create those
The atmosphere.
potential moments for it to be disrespect? If you can just do you can do a couple of things yourself to not create that atmosphere. So what I'm saying, is it more important for me to get this picture off, or is it more important for me to make my spouse feel secure with this?
Because
And
that's
what I'm saying with a lot of women is it shows it's more important for me to get this picture off because I need validation and attention. See, and so that's the thing what men are saying. What's most important? And I'm not saying Don did this, but I'm saying he chose peace because he like, it seems like it's more important for this. Now you say you changed it, but I would submit to women that hasn't.
yeah.
What is the most important thing?
Right.
Is it more important for you to get those likes? And that's why I say I think it goes back to insecurities because you need validation. That's why I see women all the time. They post the same picture, the same angle, single day. And I'm like, okay, now
We have to change.
how many side shots are you gonna post in the month? You done posted before that day, before that.
Well,
Really, the
and
attention.
women have to understand this. And if you want to get married, I tell the women who want to get married or trying to be married in the future, when you post things that is seductive and it's not appropriate, it's only telling men that, and what men gets in their mind, that they want to experience something. They just want to experience. When you experience, it's a beginning and it's an ending. And that experience is very fast. That's all they're saying. You might get a lot of likes and a lot of this and that, but it's just the experience. They're not trying to marry you. They just want the experience.
Right.
But if you don't post and you look like a wholesome woman, the right man gonna come around. They're gonna say, man, that's a wife right there. Because she's not putting things out there that's calling men to, hey, come experience me. You get what I'm saying?
Let
So
me ask
that,
you this. If I posted a pic, if the only time I took pictures was by my car, I bought a new car. I got 3 cars. I
Mhm.
got 2 Bentleys and a Rolls Royce. If the only time I posted pictures of myself was by my car, what would you think?
You want to show off your car like you have money.
Okay,
That's right.
appreciate that. So now, if women are only posting pictures of themselves
Mhm.
with the right angles and my best side, and they posting when they put on the face pose. Now, when they got bonnet on, ain't no post, right? So then, what do you think that the perception is of that?
The perception I could see would be that she wants to show this body part because she gets a lot of attention from that particular body part.
So tell me this, like my brother said about the car. What type of women are gonna try to get at the dude with the Rolls Royce? The ones that just
The
want to
ones
ride
that want
the
money.
car. They just want to ride in the car. They don't want to be a wife because they don't want to do what it takes to be a wife. They just want to ride in the car and be seen in the car. Same thing with a woman.
I want to give this other notion because I feel like maybe sometimes we feel like this doesn't exist. And there are outliers to all of these things. So yes, I can see you saying in majority of your experience, that is what most women are doing when they're posting certain parts. However, there are some that feel, and you could look at this as an insecurity, and some may just feel like, you know what, I look good, and this is how I look best at this angle. Some people don't dress up a lot, and when they dress up, they're gonna snap that pic of themselves. Like it just, so everybody's not on that wavelength that y'all are speaking on. I
But
get what you're saying, how that comes off, but some women just feel like this is how I look nice. I look nice at this angle. We all have angles that we want to do. Now, I get what you're saying. Now, if somebody's posting, they just got their whole ass and it's just their butt all the time.
I'm not even. I'm even talking about even if it's just your face. If it's an excessive, what I'm saying, if it's excessive, if it's 7 days in a week, and you posting a picture of your face with a different caption, you may post a picture of the same picture Monday, and it say, "Oh, I'm living my best life." Wednesday, you may post the same picture of your face. I ain't saying body of your face, saying another caption. Thursday, the same thing. Saturday, the same thing. What I'm saying is, I get it. You want to look good. You want to show the progress. You want to hit it every blue moon. I get that. I'm not against women doing that because sometimes women need that, but it's a healthy balance for me. What I'm saying is, in the excessive form, when it's all the time, and we see it, y'all see it too. Women just got that code. They don't like to call it out. It's cool. What I'm saying is, when we see it all the time, though, what do you think that is saying? Because us men, we know what it's saying, but you can't tell me 7 days out the week I'm posting 5 days, even if it's just my face. Why am I posting the same picture 5 days out of 7? What do you think that is? It's nothing. It's nothing to that. Just tell me. Maybe I'm wrong.
Honestly, I honestly don't see a huge issue in a woman posting her face.
I didn't say huge. Is it an issue?
Explain to me, why would that be an issue? I'm trying to, like, no, for real. I want to know, why would that be an issue for her to post her face like 4 or 5 days out?
Can I tell you?
Please do.
Okay. Most billionaires, are they dressed in Fendi and Louis Vuitton?
No.
Because they know they got money. They secure. They know the bag is in the bank, right?
Right.
This is what I'm saying. And sometimes it's in our community. We can talk about this. We like to show off a lot of things to appear a certain way. What I'm saying is, the problem is insecurity and you need validation. Okay, why else would you post it 5 times a week if you didn't need the validation? Why take that time to do it if you didn't the same pose? If you didn't need the validation, then you tell me, because I'm lost. because most of the women I see married and long relationships, they not doing it, right? Just hear what I'm saying. What I'm asking you is, if it's not an issue and if it's nothing wrong with it, then why do it?
Because if you're viewing it as nothing wrong with it, you would do something you feel like there's nothing wrong with doing.
Okay, so why do it then?
Because she may just like her face, honestly.
5 days out of 7.
She may really just like her face.
And then
Like,
and then guess
she
what?
may
The
think
same
she's
person-
pretty. She
the
may be
same
like, you
person-
know what? That's a pretty pic. That was a nice pic. Let me
And
post
guess
that.
what? This was crazy. The same woman who posts herself 5 out of 7 days, go to Kroger, and a man say hi. She look at him like they crazy.
Wait a minute.
This is the type of world we live in.
First of all, do you know every woman to
Why,
make that?
why are you speaking to me? He hold the door. She can't say thank you. But
What
she lied.
women do you guys okay, what women do you guys come across?
What? You know, what?
There's a lot of women that say thank you. Yes, some don't, but I know a lot of, maybe I'm in a different circle because the women I see and I know, they say thank you.
I
Thank
guarantee
you.
you, a lot of men have this issue.
And most of my friends are married. I'm gonna say probably, I'm gonna say like 80% of my friends are married. And when we get approached, we politely tell the person, I'm married, I'm not interested, but thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I'm not interested.
What I'm saying in the social media world, what I'm saying, we post things we want people to see. And me and you can agree to disagree, as we have on many other times.
Yeah.
I think by it being excessive, if I was to always post my shirt off with my tattoos, man, it's that's what I want you to see. And if I posted 5 out of 7 days, Angel, I don't care what you say, you'll go by to your girl. Look, girl, MJ posting with his shirt off again.
Oh my
God.
He posting with his shirt off again.
Listen, okay. Let me make this disclaimer, okay? I understand. At the end of the day, I understand your point. I get that. All I'm saying is that there are a few that may not be the case for them, and they just really may like how they look, and that may just be on a conceited level.
I think
that's the problem.
I would say this. I think this is why the young lady said it's boundaries. I believe this is why the young lady said she has fans. I think the women like the attention that they get from the men. I think when it comes down to it, I don't know any woman that does anything she's not getting validated for. I just don't know. You know, they're just real, and that's just real talk. Women don't do nothing that no one's gonna praise them for. They love here, and that's just reassuring. Women like to be reassured. They like to have this basic point. Right. If my wife went in and got ready, and we going out, and she put on some clothes, she put on her good stuff, and we going out, she don't got that room, and I don't tell her she look pretty. It's a problem. But see, I can get my suit put on. You ain't got to tell me I look handsome, because men don't have to be reassured. Women have to be reassured. We teach our daughters, look, you look pretty. We do that from a young age. So what's going on that a lot of women are being reassured by the pictures that they're taking. Oh, you look pretty, you look pretty, you look pretty, you look pretty. I like, and that's why they continue to do it. And the reason they don't want their spouse to follow them is because they don't want their spouse to see the men that's there. You look pretty, you look pretty. I like that, I like that, I like that, because they know that their significant other would not like it. And point blank. That's just what it is. That's what a TI is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, bro, and you know what?
I can't fully walk around and say every woman is doing everything she does for validation.
Let's say most. Let's say most. Everyone know most.
Can we say most, Angel?
Most.
God, are you talking about a certain group? Are you talking about a certain group? A certain generation?
It might be 70-30, it might be 60-40, but it's most.
It's most.
Best believe that. Best believe it now. Look at Mother's Day and Father's Day. You get way more reassurance during Mother's Day than Father. We can go back to that. Women have to be reassured. It's nothing wrong with it, but
Mother's Day is
reassured by your husband and not by the men of the marriage. That's all I'm saying.
Wait. It's the woman's fault of how much praise she gets for Mother's Day.
Listen to me. You're missing my point. I said women have to be reassured. Women have to be told they look pretty. We tell our daughters. I tell my daughter all the time. I don't have to tell AJ he look handsome. Kim don't have to tell AJ he looks handsome. But you best believe I better tell Faith she's pretty. Women have to be reassured. Now, what I'm saying is that the women are liking the reassurance that they're getting from the men outside of their spouse. It's fun to them. Am I saying those women are cheating or sleeping with those men? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that they like the attention that they're getting. What I'm saying is that I don't think that's right. Get the reassurance, or if you feel like you're lacking some, tell your significant other that, baby, you don't tell me I'm pretty. You don't tell me this. I like when you tell me this, or I like when you tell me that. But what you're doing, you got your 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 friends on Facebook and Instagram. They reassuring you, and you just, man, my spouse, and he don't need to see this because he ain't gonna like it. Right. So don't even follow me. So we're gonna argue. I'm gonna start an argument. So we just ain't gonna follow each other. And that's all I'm saying is make sure your social media represents who you are in real life, in real time. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Now, I agree that your social media should definitely represent who you are. So if you are married, yes, your social media should look a certain way. Even if you're in a long-term relationship, it should look a certain way so that you don't appear as if you are trying to entertain other people. I understand that. I get that. Me personally, I would not. What'd you say?
So if your social media is representing that you looking single out there and you're married, then you tell me what needs fixing. Because like I said, if I see 1,000 pictures of you and 20 of your family, what that's telling me is showing me where your importance lies. And we have to, the evolution of the world today is social media. It's part of our social construct. It just is what it is. That's relationships as far as spouses. That's relationships as far as we are in touch with our high school classmates now more than ever because of social media. So what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, and I hear what you're saying, Anastasia, that's not all women. It's not. That's not all men. It's not. But what I'm saying is, let's keep it a buck. It's the overwhelming majority of people that's taking those pictures and soliciting the attention, and they're craving the attention. And what I'm saying is rooted in insecurity, because secure people, like people with money, don't have to show they have money. People with a secure people who are secure and they are secure in how they look, they don't broadcast it. They don't broadcast it in an excessiveness. And what I'm saying is, we live in a world today that we can't even call out insecurity when we see it.
We could call out insecurity, but understand where I come from, and I feel like this is the difference. And it's not just from a female standpoint. It's also, I come from a background in counseling and psychology. So also, it's not just built on insecurities. There are studies that show, literally, there have been studies that have been done that people just get that feel-good enzyme anytime they get a like. They get a like, and it's a feel-good enzyme of, oh, I got a like. And they get hooked on that. And that's not just to be rooted to an insecurity. That's just, oh, I got another follower. Oh, I got another like. It's more to it. It's a lot of it is social media and conditioning that's taking place. It's not just insecurities taking place here. Now, that could be a great part of it. You are absolutely correct. Because if you don't feel like you need that validation, then yeah. But also human nature behind it, you're going to be like, oh, let me check this. I know a lot. So are you going to say when you guys get a notification, do you not go and check your phone?
When I get a notification, I check my
phone. Not every time. Sometimes look, I got 100 likes.
Most of the time?
Most of the time, yes.
Okay. Why are you?
No. That's a different argument.
Why is that different?
Just hear what I'm saying.
It's a social media thing regardless.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. What I'm advertising and what I get the notification, it parallels to that. It's like if I advertise the Selma Self-Sacrifice book and I got a notification, What I'm saying is that doesn't mean I got a notification, so I'm insecure about anything, is what I'm saying.
But her posting
Advertising, if I'm advertising myself, my body, I'm posting pictures all the time in an excessive form. And if I don't get the likes, the next day I post the same picture to get the likes. That's what I'm saying, is that's rooted in insecurity, because you didn't get the validation that you need. So insecurity when you're not getting validation, that means you don't feel secure with yourself. So it goes back to you're insecure with no validation. So what I'm saying is, when I say the women that's posting 5 out of 7 days, if Monday they only get 10 likes, it's not enough for them. So they're going to go, okay, I showed a shoulder this time. I'm going to go show 2 shoulders on Tuesday, and then I'm going to get 50 likes. So what I'm saying is, it's not just the notification, it's what you're advertising to get the notification that matters. What I feel like is rooted in insecurity. No, if I post something for granddad and that's 90% of my posts, and I'm getting notification, that means, okay, business is going good. That don't mean I'm insecure, because I'm not advertising nothing to show the insecurities. But if I'm advertising myself, and it's not giving me the validation that I need, it's gonna bring nothing but validation. It ain't gonna bring a book. It ain't gonna bring an extra sale. It ain't gonna bring nothing by me posting myself 5 out of 7 times a day. All it's gonna do is get me the wrong type of attention from the wrong men. That's all it's gonna do.
I got a question with that. You're saying something regarding pictures. So if you're posting, because sometimes you'll post questions because you have valid questions that you're asking. So you're having conversations, and sometimes these conversations don't always take place on the platform. Sometimes these conversations take place in the DM, right or wrong.
Correct.
Okay. So when you're consistently posting questions as well, is that not a way for you to have these sidebar conversations? Because somebody could say something about that as well then.
What do you mean? Okay, so for instance, if I post a lot of relationship topics, because that's what I do, that's because I'm passionate about it. But I'm not going through most of the stuff I'm posting. It's to raise a conversation. When I post a wife that's not submissive, my wife is. If I'm posting women that always taking pictures, my wife don't do that. So if it was something I'm going through and I really felt a certain type of way, and you can see it, that I'm always posting it, always, and then you can see a reflection in my life of it, then it's insecurity. What I'm saying is, women that's always posting pic after pic after pic, 5 out of 7 days, like my brother said, it should be a reflection of who you are. Your social media is a reflection of who you are. So when I post all these relationship topics, guess why I'm doing it? Because I'm passionate about it. When I'm posting FD, I'm doing it because I'm passionate about it. So if you're posting pictures of yourself, 1,000 pictures, 800 of yourself, 20 of your husband, 5 of your business, but the overwhelmingly majority is of you, then you're advertising the thing that you're more passionate about. And you're trying to get the likes to create some type form of validation. That's different. It's two different lanes. It's 2 different fishing. It's 2 different baits. I'm baiting you with books about FD so you can learn about FD and buy it. You're baiting me with pictures of yourself for what?
That's not fully the case.
Okay.
Y'all, you may be baiting off of that business, but then them conversations easily can turn into other things that's not regarding the business, that's not regarding the topic. That's still an open and a gateway for you to have these sidebar conversations with multiple people that's not in your marriage or your relationship.
But Angel, if I'm posting about the book, them coming.
Everything's not about the book though. Just like you said, like just even about relationships. There are a lot of times I know, and I can say this from experience. I may post about a topic just like you do. I post sometimes about relationship things as well, or just we'll just stick to that, relationships. And people may come in and initially talk about what we're discussing on that, and then ease their way into talking about something else. And then you got to cut the conversation, but because people do it. Let's be honest. People do that.
There's 2 reasons why you're going to get that way more than me. 1, you're a woman.
I'm going to say that.
I'm just, listen, I got to keep it a buck. 2, It's the advertisement. This is what I'm saying. My life isn't a reflection of that. So it's going to be, the chances of them coming as a sidebar is going to decrease tremendously because they see, well, he's posting about relationships and his granddaddy. That's most of his posts. I'm not saying you do this, but if it's a woman that posts about relationships and the rest of the stuff she posts about is herself, then guess what it's going to do as a man? It's going to cause me to say, I'm going to go in through the front door with relationships. But I really want to get to the living room to ask her about to show about all these pictures that I'm seeing. See what I'm saying? It's the gateway.
That's a good point.
It is what it is.
All of it can be a gateway is what I'm saying. I get that you're saying it, but you're not acknowledging what you're doing can be a gateway.
No. Listen what I'm saying. It can be, but the chances increase tremendously if you're advertising things to make it easier for me. That's like TD Jakes posts about relationships. Do you think he's gonna get? I can post about relationships and TD Jakes posts about relationships, right? He's a pastor. So both of them could be gateways to sidebars, but what we're advertising is going to cause an increase or decrease in people wanting to have those sidebar conversations because they know there's a better chance of having a sidebar with me because I'm not a pastor. So what I'm saying is, if most of my posts are about FD and relationships, then a woman who come on, I don't get this. I'm 5'9" with crooked teeth and big forehead. Women just ain't checking for me. That's just is what it is.
What in the world? Y'all, I have never understood that. I have never understood that backing at all. I've never understood any of that.
Listen,
that
man.
means nothing. That means nothing.
Hey, you know where you stand on the graph, huh? Yeah,
I know, bro.
You know where you at.
Means nothing.
And
that means nothing. Women are looking for men. Period.
Right. That's right.
Period. I don't know that y'all know how women really function.
Men understand
are
they
looking for men. That's it. That's the sentence.
No,
that is the sentence. Okay.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Women
yes,
are women.
Look, you're not gonna move the goalpost on that one. Angel, you're not gonna move the goalpost.
I'm not moving the goalpost. The goalpost is right there. The kicker is right in front of it. Okay. That is what it is.
At the end of it, I would say this.
Men.
And
then let him be married. Let the man be married. They're gonna. He just went up in stock, triple. Let the man be married. He is tripled in stock now. They want him even more.
I would say this, MJ. For all the time we've been on social media, Kim has never told me to take a picture down, and I have never told Kim to take a picture down because it was inappropriate, and we have never argued about social media. Never.
I need y'all to stop acting like women don't just come after men.
No, I want you to.
No. Angel, I want you to get it understood. Majority of women are shooting for the top 20% of men.
Yeah.
Let me hear what I'm saying. Because y'all are not y'all are hypergamous. So y'all always want to do better when it's time for shooting men. That's just y'all always want y'all man to do better. That is what it is. Number two, 51% of men are sexless and ain't had sex within the last year. I want you to understand that. You think men just out here just getting all the attention. Majority of men are not getting attention from women. And I'm going to tell you why. Because women are getting majority of the attention. So you saying women come after men, women only come after certain, listen, it's only a certain percentage of men that majority of the women. Why do you think the 6 feet, 6 figures, and 6-pack came out? That was from women.
MJ, we got a friend right now, got a man chasing her, but because she almost 40, I ain't gonna say no name. She know what I'm talking about. She almost 40, got a good man. He younger, chasing her, want to marry her, but because he ain't 6 feet, that she said she don't want him. All the dudes who was above 6 feet, guess what? Didn't do it right.
The other part, and MJ, we've had that conversation, and I feel like sometimes what people are walking around here looking for physically is getting in the way of them being with the person they should be with.
Not men.
Wait,
not
what?
Men. Not men.
I disagree. What?
No, not men.
What are you talking about?
You talking about marrying?
Being with the you looking for the physical. A person, anybody
No. Wait.
that's staying focused on what they want physically, and they will not deviate from that.
No, that's women, not men.
What's women and not men?
When you say physically, you talking about the 3-letter word or the ring?
I'm talking about in general, all together. If you're trying to find your mate, if you're trying to find somebody to be with,
to marry,
and you won't step outside of what you want physically in a person, that is going to get in your way of finding who you need to find.
Anastasia, and I know we over and we got to go. Let me break this down.
Oh,
end at 9.
Yeah, men, and this, just don't get triggered when I say this.
Oh my God.
Men marry who they want, do the 3-letter word with who they can.
Mm-hmm.
Women do the 3-letter word with who they want and marry who they can. Hear what I'm saying? Just hear what I'm saying. Men, we look for things in a woman that has everything to do with a substantial relationship. Mm-hmm. We will go our physical preference, go against it if she's caring, if she's feminine, if she's nurturing. Those are the top 3 things we look for when we're talking about marry. Now we're talking about the 3-letter word, we're talking about something different. We compartmentalize those things 2 different ways. Women, y'all look for things that has nothing to do, majority, because I know you I know it.
You know them, not my group of people.
Okay. Majority of women look for things that has nothing to do with makes a substantial relationship. They want to know what kind of job he has. They want to know how tall he is. They want, there's no, when I say women look for things that don't have a lot to do with sustaining a relationship when it comes to marriage. But men, that's all we look for. Now we'll play the field all day. Yes, we'll do the 3-letter word just because she got a big booty. We'll do. That's just us. But when it comes to marriage, we will go against our physical preference. If she's caring, nurturing, she cares about the community, her heart is right, she'll be a good mother. Those are the things we look for when we put the ring on.
That's right. Don't no man want a masculine woman. I tell you that now. If you got that masculinity in you, a man don't want a woman getting up in his face all the time. He the masculine person. He wants a feminine woman. Look, that's simple. And look, today's world will tell you, take me as I am. No. God takes you as you are, and he also changed, because the Holy Spirit gonna change you. You stay in the word.
That's right.
Even men, you cannot be masculine and uncooperative with a man and expect for him to take you as you are. No. Simple as that.
And I'll say this. And Anastasia, before we go, I want to see if you agree with this. Men know. See, you got to understand, there is no real benefit substantially of physically when it comes to marriage for men. When I say, I'm saying in the world's eye, there's benefit very much in the spiritual realm and everything, and with legacy. Just hear what I'm saying. With men, we don't look for, okay, I'll ask you this. Men, we go in and we knowing when I marry her, the chances of this, the sex is gonna go down.
That's right.
The weight is gonna go up. The cooking is gonna go down. We know that it's gonna be, when you're looking at it from that eye, it's gonna be a short end of the stick, right? So this is why we don't look for things physically when we marrying a woman to what y'all think we do, because we know that is gonna inevitably change when she start having my children. So we have, this is what we look for. If we look for anything physically, the most important thing we look for physically is her face. Because if I think she pretty, we're gonna work with the rest. But is she nurturing? Is she feminine? Will she get on my train? Will she help me build my legacy? Will she help me take care of my kids? Those are the things that matter. So it's not, just like Randy said, a man will marry down, but a woman want to marry up.
That is
point blank
true. I have known plenty of women who have married down for the type of man that he was. They
Well,
didn't
majority
go
of-
with what they wanted physically. They went with who he was and his personality. It's
Okay.
when the personality changed that the problem became the issue.
Okay, let me ask you this: would majority of women who let's say who make $50,000 a year, would they holler at a guy in the bus stops that flip burgers?
Can I be? You want me to be honest?
Majority, please be honest, and please tell
Oh
me
my
the truth.
gosh, you in this
Not-
majority because you and I went through this majority number. But okay, this majority thing, I'm gonna have to do my own research on this. I'm gonna be honest with you because this majority of women that I know a lot of women. When women fall for a guy, they fall for this guy hard. They are all in on him, on whatever is going on with him. That it doesn't matter. That's why you can cheat numerous
Can I say
times.
this?
They
Can I
stay
say
with
this?
them. They
I
work
think
with
you're
them
to the wrong man.
everything.
But then the
Okay,
next
let me ask you
man.
this.
That's
Let me
a
ask
lot
you
of.
this. Let me ask you this: if just say majority of women knew that a man would make $10 an hour, if God said, "Hey, Anastasia, your husband's gonna make $10 an hour for the rest of his life, and there's nothing you can do about it," would majority of men still marry their husband?
True
Would
women.
majority of women still marry their husband?
It depends on how he treated her. It depends on how he treated her. I would not care because you know why? Because I already know what I'm gonna do.
Okay, what I'm saying is majority of women.
Y'all,
would
yeah,
not
I feel
marry-
like y'all talking about this younger generation of people, and I feel
No.
like people within my
No.
generation, older, don't carry that. I just don't. But
Oh,
and I could be
I'm
wrong on that. But just in my experience, because that's all I can go off of, that is not what I see as the consensus.
So let me ask you a question. Then why is the number one women file over 80% of divorces? And guess what's the number one reason they file divorce? Not for infidelity.
Is
For
it
money.
irreconcilable differences or something?
Nope.
No. I want to hear that. Money.
Money.
What's the group of these people that's filing it?
Women.
What are the
period.
demographics on there? No, what are
Women.
the demographics? It's
Black-
the age. No, I'm asking you, what's the age group of these individuals?
No, I'm
Like,
saying.
that matters. That matters.
No.
though.
Listen.
It matters.
No, that matters. But listen, what I'm saying. Listen, but sometimes you can't dispute numbers. If over 80% of women,
You can
filing for
dispute numbers depending on where it came from, the
Okay.
socioeconomic of the group that was studied, the
Okay.
gender, the
Okay.
age group. All of that
Okay.
matters when you take all of that into account.
Correct. But listen to what I'm saying. When it's over 80% filed for divorce, and the number one reason is for money, then you can't tell me that majority of women will stay with a man if they were only making the minimum amount of money, because the numbers show that is completely not true. This is what I'm
Depends on
saying.
what the age group was, because
I don't
my
care about the
argument,
age
what
group.
I'm talking to you about,
45
is
and
that
down.
I feel like you're talking about a
45
younger
and down.
generation.
45
What
and down. 45.
and down.
45.
I feel like I'm gonna look that up. We gonna
45
have to
and down.
I'm gonna look all that up.
Look,
Why
man,
I say this?
I got to say this. I got
Because
to say, Angela, you might kind of be like our wives. You might be a unicorn. But the woman of this generation that's 45 and down is not the same woman of our grandparents and mothers, our grandmothers and mothers. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest.
you are look, I will agree wholeheartedly with that
Because they understood the long game. I heard a lady say this on the internet the other day. She want to be a woman of leisure. I said, wow, I don't want to be a housewife. I want to be a woman of leisure. I'm like, serious? So you telling me a man should marry a woman, chef, a maid, and all that for you to sit at home, have just, and the reason he should do that, and you should have the kids and do nothing? What happened to working together and building? See, our grandparents, and then this notion to say that black women didn't work back in the day, that the man has to pay all the bills. Hold on. I know a lot of women back in the day, even my grandmother, even some of these people in Selma, all these Miss Perkins now, these women worked.
They work.
They work. But they'll tell the woman today that the black woman didn't never work back in the day. And this is the reason why the man can't be the head, and the reason why she don't want to listen to him. But hold on, I could bring out a lot of women who bust they behind. The black woman bust her behind, cleaned white folks' homes, did this, and still went home and was a submissive, fit, fine woman to her husband.
Mm-hmm.
But they tell us something different today. In our community, and I can only talk about in our community, we've lost sight of that because we don't respect Coretta Scott King. We don't respect Arlene C. Reese. We don't respect Etta Perkins. We don't respect these women who worked and still went home and was the women of the home.
Mm-hmm.
We don't respect those women today. Now, if the man don't pay all the bills, come on, back in the day, my granddad at home, his house note was maybe $200. Nowadays, you got to have at least a 3,300 square foot home. Your house note either $1,200 or more. Now you don't want no little Honda Civic or a Hyundai Elantra. You want a Mercedes or something. So he got to buy that. He got to pay that $800 car note. Then y'all want to go on vacation. Then you can't just go to Walmart no more. See, those women back in the day, the family was okay with secondhand clothes, going to Goodwill, going to the different places for the home, for the kids. Nowadays, you got to go to Louis Vuitton. My child got to have a choice. So this man got to make $200,000 a year and still be broke. No, let's just be honest. He got to make $200,000
what
a year.
I was saying.
I let you and MJ were talking. I was quiet.
Oh my
You're not letting me talk. This man got to start out at 200. A black man who is a percentage of the 1%. Because it's not even 1% of men make over $150,000 a year.
Right.
So now you know the black man is at the bottom of the barrel. So he got to start out with $200,000 a year to even for you to look his way. This is what the young millennium, the S generation woman has said. This is what is required for her to be fun, fit, and cooperative in a relationship. Come on now.
No, I agree with that. That's the part that I agree with. I said it depends on who you're speaking on and who the majority of those individuals were that were being researched and what you said came up. I agree and said the younger generation think completely different. I don't agree with any of that mindset. And that's the women included.
The younger generation is not 45. Younger generation is 23 years old, 22.
What I'm saying, okay, because you said that 40, 45 and under. I said I needed to see the numbers of who all was 45 in that. Was it mostly young individuals? That's what I said. I need to look at that.
45 and down. Look, come on now, 45 and down. That's crazy. Even if you're 25, someone had taught you wrong. What woman raised you?
25.
What woman raised you for you to think that way?
This is what I'm saying here. These individuals are growing up in a different time. They don't have big mamas in the house like we did. I'm saying it's different. It's different. I'm not agreeing with it. I'm saying it's not the right way of frame of thinking. It's not. But what I'm saying is they think very differently from what we do.
Okay.
Can I give you this stat right quick from divorce.com right quick?
Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. I need to do my own research. You can give me your numbers.
Look, hold on.
Divorce.com.
Man, you can't see it. Black women divorce at a higher rate, 38.9% than any woman of any race, right? Okay. The percentage of black women, this CDC.gov reported, almost 78% of black divorces that are filed are from women. So I was a little wrong. I said over 80. It's 78% of divorces that are filed by
what year was that?
This is updated January the 3rd, 2023.
And that you said 78% are black women, and the reason is money.
78%. Oh, I don't have the financial. I can look that up, but that's for nothing. But I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. This gonna have to be continued because I have much to say on this.
You know what?
We ain't enough time.
We're gonna continue this next week because we got another video. We got to show.
There's much to say on this, and there ain't enough time to cover that.
What you can do? Tell your friends, because I'm gonna have somebody else on the show with us. Tell your friends to come on the show, or whoever and anybody who listen. If y'all disagree with us, hit us up. We'll give you the link, just like we let Anastasia, aka Angel, in. We would give you the link to come in. This is great conversation that black families need to have. This good conversation.
I agree.
But we need this hard conversation to get our families back intact. So next week, please tune in. Matter of fact, we're not even going to have a guest next week. We're going to continue this conversation and make sure y'all tune in to the Lineage Podcast. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you go buy your book, book you a tour. Get the Zoom link for 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. MJ, tell them because I can't think of it.
We gotta get you your books, right? Yeah, we gotta get Angel her book. Yeah. I appreciate you, Anastasia, for being a guest, man. It's always a great sport when we go back and forth.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Look, debating you gets me that much better. I gotta stay on my toes. It's cool.
All right. We'll see y'all next week.
Go
All
follow your husband on Instagram and Facebook. And that was good.